Welcome to the Pope&Texas podcast. I am YouTube's ProPJN, and I am joined, as always, by...
Texas! Yay, in Austin. Yeah. Hey. Well, I'm not sure if my voice is going to be very loud, because this headset is a piece of shit, but it'll work anyway. Let's go.
We're trying this over Skype for the first time.
Let's see how it works.
So we'll see how good this is, and if it's not good, then we'll burn it and no one will ever see it.
Yeah, it's probably the best way to do it.
So how you been, man? You've just started back doing fucking year 12.
Let's not talk about that one. Actually, no, let's talk about that one. It's actually it's not too bad so far, but I already want to kill myself. So
it's funny because when I was doing it last year, I think it was term 1 and term 2. Everyone was running around stressing, being like, "Oh my god, it's coming to an end! Oh my god, what are we gonna do?" And then by term 3, everyone was just like, you know what, I don't really give a shit.
That's pretty much everyone now. Everyone's already hit everyone for us, and we've already hit that we don't give a shit stage already. We're just like, fuck it.
The other thing that happens is you get that 1 or 2 groups of people when you're a senior that just walk around being like, yeah, I'm hot shit. I control this school. Look at how I'm fucking top dog right now.
Yep, we get this as well. Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's usually the women.
Oh, nah. It's a bit of both, actually, for us.
Really, for my year level, it was all just like the women. The guys were just chilling, being like, so,
yeah,
what are you guys gonna do next year?
Gym.
Everyone was just like, we're gonna pump up our muscles and turn into Arnold. We're just gonna go to gym and it's gonna be like,
Yeah, that'll do it, eh? Oh no, but yeah. So basically, it's been struggling. My first week of school, I had Thursday and Friday, just 2 days. But the day before school, I was at if you guys don't know, I played gridiron American football outside of school with a couple of mates, from my year 12 class. But we're having training on Wednesday, the day before school, and I play on the offensive line. So basically, because I'm a big guy, I got to block all that shit for like the quarterback, which is like MVP, VIP. Usually that real big guy, like you need to protect. Anyway, halfway through the training, probably towards the end, I'm blocking, and there's this one guy there he's a big dude, as you're meant to be when you play the role he is. And he's a really, he's a really good guy. But we're sitting there playing in the training session, and the play starts, and he's lunged forward, and my thumb. Now I can't really show you guys over the video, right? Because there's no video here. But my thumb has basically bent back, like, close to touching my wrist, and basically like. It was in a world of pain, and it still is to this day. And this is about 5 days after. Well, what's day? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah. So 3-4 days after.
Jesus.
Yeah. So basically, come Thursday, I kind of needed to not use my hand.
Yeah.
And then because I didn't have any taping, I haven't have any strapping tape either, which I really needed some. So then. Thursday night, I went out, bought some tape at Rebel Sport, and I'm still wearing that now. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So that was painful, and
I can see why.
Yeah. Well,
I can imagine.
It's like you get a big dude that kind of falls on top of you, and your thumb. It was just my thumb. The rest of my fingers are fine. They're 100%. But
it's like that guy. Have you ever seen Adam Sandler's movie The Longest Yard?
Oh, you know what? I actually haven't watched that. I'm pretty good with those.
Oh, it's so funny. There's like this one really tall black dude, and he kind of talks like this, and he fucking tackles this guy, and they're talking before he does it. They're talking about Michael Jackson for some reason. And out of nowhere, you just hear this one fucking tall guy. I love little Michael.
Well, no. So here's the thing, though. In any of the sports I played in, like if I'm sitting there, before the snap in the actual game, like this time last week, we had a practice match, and we're setting up and all that, getting ready, and then I'm sitting there. We've got to wait for about a minute.
Yeah.
So little bit less. So we're sitting around, and like I'm sitting there. These guys, the opposition, have set up in front of me, but we still have to wait. So I'm sitting there holding the ball, and like, "How you guys doing? Going good? What's it like over in the southeast?" We start because these guys are from like the southeast of Melbourne, right? So like, Endeavour Hills. Packenham because long story, but it's just you sit there and you talk with them. And at the end of the match, you guys, it's just a one big, not even a grudge match anymore. Like they're meant to be like our what's the word like that, not the enemies, but like it's meant to be like what's like Collingwood, Carlton, fucking
your rivals.
Yeah, rivals. That's the word. Yes, like one of those matches. But it's just like at the end of it, we just. We're still beating each other up. Like at the end, everything was just like, "Hey, good job."
Yeah.
It was great. You sit around and it's just
That's the thing. Is it like for most sporting events, I feel like that's like a thing when like, I think it was like in Formula One or something where it's like you hear the stories about like Nicky Wilder versus James Hunt and stuff, and everyone paints like this vivid picture that like they're the biggest rivals that have ever been in that sport. And then, like, you talk to Nicky Wilder today, and he's just like, we were, like, the bestest friends off of the fucking track.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I know I'm going to probably relate back again straight to the NFL, but, like, you see these guys on the field, and they're all, swinging punches at each other on the field.
Yeah.
But these are the same guys that went to the same college and played in the same football team together in college. So, like, after the match, they're all, like, tweeting all the shit that they did on the field.
Yeah, it's I think it's like that in like even not like the kind of gridiron that you play and stuff, but like even in the professional kind of leagues, like even like when they're out on field and shit and playing, they're like they look vicious and everything because they're meant to. That's like the kind of mindset you have to be in. But as soon as that fucking bell goes, they're all over shaking hands, talking to each other and shit.
Yeah,
it's like people just try to create. I feel like the media in particular just tries to create like this kind of grand story to make it seem more interesting or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, so like that's been the past couple of weeks for me. But before that, like I've missed a lot of preseason because in late January I went on a cruise. Yeah, I went to Vanuatu and
shit. How was that?
It was actually really
I haven't seen you since like last year for everyone that's listening, by the way. So we have no fucking idea what we've done for like 3-4 months.
No, we haven't like spoken since I reckon early December last year, and I was like, well,
yeah, we did like I think we did the like we came up with the idea of doing this podcast, and then we did the recording, and then right from there we just didn't speak for a while.
I know, because we just haven't had a chance. Because
we've just been busy.
Because straight after that, the day after we did the recordings, I was up at Lake Charnwood camping with our family friends, great people and all that. But there wasn't much reception up there, so we didn't get to speak much.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got home. That was over the New Year's break too, Christmas, New Year's. And then what happened next? Then we had a couple of days off. We just didn't really speak much. We had a small talk every now and then.
Yeah.
But then I was off to the cruise, and it was like we had no reception at all, like full stop. And by the second day of the cruise, my phone fell into the water. So my phone was done for the whole entire trip. Like I tried putting in rice. I tried putting in rice and everything, but it didn't work. So the whole trip, I couldn't take any photos because you don't bring a camera anymore.
Yeah, you just bring your phone. Yeah.
Yeah. So my phone, I had to get a new phone. I got a new S7. Really good phone, actually. I do really enjoy it.
Really? I'm still got the 4S, and I'm like, everyone's just like, oh, you're so outdated. I'm just like, it still works, and like, I don't care about upgrading.
Don't get me wrong. I would have kept my S5 for the next 10 years if I could have. But, it was starting to like slightly piss me off every now and then because like, my phone, I'm not sure because it was secondhand. My S5 I had, it was secondhand, and when I was using it, pardon me, sorry, it would like when I'd press something, it would think my finger is still there, so like it'd press and then press again and keep pressing, and he was started to piss me off real hard.
That's the thing,
So
is that, like, everyone keeps telling me to upgrade and everything, but, like,
You don't need to.
the one that I have, it still works like it did when I first got it. And
Yeah, no.
I'm just like, why should I update and upgrade and spend all that money if it still works exactly how it did when I first got it?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Honestly, I actually kind of was going to consider getting another S5, but like when this phone came out, like when this phone I was going there, it was $899 or something like that, and the S5 was like 600 or 700. I think it was $650 or $700.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, it is a bit of a price increase. But then I looked at it again. This S7 Samsung's got an offer now, but you get a free Gear Fit 2.
Mm.
So I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to purchase that because that's like a $250 value for free.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, nah, I'm going to go to the S7. And so in a couple weeks' time, I'll be getting myself a little smartwatch.
Yeah.
It's fab.
Oh, have you played Resident Evil 7 yet?
No,
Oh my God.
Everyone's raving about it. Is it actually any good?
It's so good. I've been I'm playing it on the channel. Oh yeah, newsflash for everyone that's listening. Sometimes we pre-record these.
Oh yeah.
But also, so does everyone else.
Yeah, no surprised. Yeah.
But I'm currently in the middle of playing it on the channel, and I'm loving it. Like, it's actually, like, I don't know, if you get into the atmosphere of it, if you don't kind of, like, see it as just, like, you kind of have to go into it with the mentality of, like, getting very invested in the story for it to be able to kind of shock you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've always really enjoyed all those Resident Evil stories and all that.
Yeah. Well, this one's phenomenal so far.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the amount they're making a movie as well or something.
There was a movie that just came out. It was Resident Evil, the final chapter.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that any good? Have you had a chance to watch
I haven't had a chance to go see it.
Yeah, neither have I.
But everyone's saying, like, the last couple of Resident Evil movies have been very average.
They've been very disappointing.
Yeah.
Yes. But I don't know. Apparently, this one's got it's what I see. It sounds like it's got a bit better.
Yeah.
But I'll judge that for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like anyway, I'm gonna go back to the story I had before.
Yeah.
Back to the cruise. The cruise was actually really great, man.
Yeah.
Like,
see, I haven't gone to Phuket and all that kind of stuff.
fuck it. Yeah. I know a lot of people. I know. I think one of our friends, she went to Phuket. She just got back not long ago. She seemed to enjoy it a lot. It's just that little area up there, Asia, South Pacific. Sounds really comfortable and, like, you know, really
That's
nice
the thing,
place
is that, like, everyone raves about all these different kind of places, and, like, 9 times out of 10, the best places that everyone says to go is in Asia. Like,
oh yeah,
everyone says China's really good. Japan is really good. I want to go to Thailand and all that kind of stuff. I want to go to, like, the Southeast Asia kind of area.
Thailand and Bali are exactly the same thing. I'll tell you that right now. And they're just great because it's so cheap. Like, you go there,
Yeah.
and you know, a beer costs you like 50 cents.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
like, Coke costs you like 30 cents. And like, the hell? It
Yeah.
just feels wrong. It feels like robbery almost.
Yeah, I was going to say, you get back to Australia and, like, after you see all these prices and you're just like, we're getting ripped off.
No shit. Yeah, but they also get paid like a cent an hour or something like that.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the only disappointing thing is when you go through, like, all these kind of places and you see, like, all of them. It's like when you go to, like, England, you go to, like, Liverpool and everything, and, like, everyone is, like, basically everyone in the one town is working at the one factory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, when you go to some of these Asian places, you just see, like, a bunch of guys walking towards this one factory and shit, and they're just miserable looks on their faces, and it's like, it's really shit to see.
Yeah, no, of course it is. But yeah, like, you know, just talking, like, you know, how places like that, it's like, you know, you just kind of poverty stricken. Like, on this cruise, we went to this place called Mystery Island, and Mystery Island is, there's a big mainland. I don't know what that place is called, but it's pretty big, and it's got a massive mountain. People live there. But then when cruises come along, uh, all the locals come up onto this small little island. It's probably the size of, uh, very small. I don't know how to explain it. Probably the size of High Point, for example. It's a
Oh
little shopping
shit!
center.
Really?
Yeah, if that, it's probably even smaller.
Damn. For those of
Yeah.
you that don't live in Australia, that is a really kind of small place to have an entire population. You're
No,
talking. You're talking
the
about.
main population is zero there. People don't live there. They just set up shop there when cruise ships come in. So because the mainland is really close to the island, they just kind of just cut across
Yeah.
on the boats they have, and just set up shop or whatever the hell, like little memorabilia or shirts or coconuts or something like that. But you get off the ship and you take these small little life ships to the dock, to the little pier they have there, and it's all hot and all that, and then you go back onto the ship. Outside you're all hot and sweaty and it's dry, and there's you come back onto the ship and it's air conditioned, free drinks, flushing toilets. It's like it's a whole little mini city. A whole cruise ship
Yeah.
is just that. It's so impressive, but it's amazing. Like how we'll take for example the Titanic. Even then, how advanced it was.
Yeah, and then like you look at it today though, like you look at Titanic and everything, and you look at like how it was meant to kind of show off the extravagant lifestyle of people and stuff. And then like you look at cruise ships now, and some of them have like pools, have table tennis courts, have tennis courts.
Oh
and
yeah,
all this stuff on there. It's just like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Hey.
and these cruises, like, they don't even cost, like, they cost a bit, but like they're not ridiculously overcharged anymore.
Yeah, no. Like pretty much like 3 days before we left, lastminute.com had a couple sales, a couple tickets on our cruises, and I was looking at them, and we paid $1,400, I think it was, for a room,
Yeah.
each over the 2 week period, and basically, we looked on lastminute.com and they were down to $800, and it's like,
Wow.
but here's the crazy thing though. When you're on the cruise, there's this place called the Waterfront,
Yeah.
which is basically just think of it as a 5-star restaurant with your view of the back of the ship, leaving wherever you're going. Now, at 5:30 they start serving, and 5:30 is when they start leaving. So as you're eating, you're watching yourself leave the island you just came from.
That's
And
dope.
the food was easy 5-star, and I reckon each night was $100 each. That's a 12 night 12 night cruise, and if you eat at $100 a night,
Yeah.
it's insane how they actually make their money.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just, I mean, like I was looking, and the only real reason they can, or way they can make money is it being, it being slave labor basically.
Oh, yeah.
Because like all of the workers, they're all from like the Philippines or Indonesia or India,
Yeah.
all
But
those areas.
the biggest seller on any cruise ship, I don't care what cruise ship it is, the biggest thing that gives them the most money is their bar. That is easily the
Oh, yeah.
biggest seller.
So here's the thing, okay? So when we bought our tickets, we bought it through a travel agent, and at the time we bought, they had a little special basically saying, buy these tickets and we'll give you an unlimited soft drinks package. So you can go
Nice.
there, unlimited lemon lime bitters, unlimited Coke, unlimited lemonade,
Yeah.
any of all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And I reckon each night each day I probably drank about $30, $40 soft drink.
Yeah.
And then my sister and her friend and her mum, they bought these the refreshments package, which is like the next one up,
Yeah.
and that came with all like mocktails and hot chocolates and coffees and all that,
Nice.
absolutely free.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That saves so much money though. Like in the end, like those little deals, they save so much money in the end.
yeah, they do. But it was just so worth it. And like the only one I can think of is it's got to be slave labor. I mean, because basically these workers, I was talking to we have the same room cleaner every single day. He comes in, yeah. And he was a great guy. We always had a constant, chat with him. He helped us out so much.
Yeah.
And he was telling us that basically what happens is for them is they work 10 months in a row
Jesus.
on the ship. They live 10 months on the ship. Then they get 2 months off. And then depending on how their reviews were, or how good they were or how bad they were,
Yeah.
depends on if they get rehired or if they get an extra 2 weeks holidays paid and they get a job off next time they're there again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's slave labor. That's what all these kind of cruise ships do.
Yeah. So just...
I actually there was another story that I got told by my granddad not too long ago, where they booked this cruise, right? I think it was going from Sydney to Melbourne, and then it was going all around Australia, and then going up to New Zealand and everything. So like this big fucking cruise, right?
Yeah.
And in their package they got one of those offers as well, and it was an unlimited alcohol.
Oh Jesus.
Thing.
Yeah.
And my granddad thought it would be a good idea to test how much their unlimited meant. So he sat at the bar from opening, which was like 9 a.m. until their closing, which was about 10, 11 o'clock at night, drinking. And came back the next day and completely cleaned them out of fucking liquor by the end of the trip. They
don't care. They have so much liquor on board.
They started like really hating him and his friends.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like he was telling me, he's just like, we went back. We did this for one day, and then we came back the next day, and the bartender's just like, "Gents, not gonna have a repeat of yesterday, are we?"
Oh man. Well, here's the thing that like they do have, they can say no, but they don't.
Oh no, they don't, because they don't want to look like assholes, and they don't want to create a scene.
Yeah, exactly. But they're told not to, and they don't really care as long as you're not hitting people and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If being loud and obnoxious, that's a cruise ship. It's a holiday, But
I just thought that was the funniest thing, is that he gets this wonderful thing, and he's just like, "I'm gonna test it, see how much I can drink.
I'm gonna abuse it." Good on him. No, but dude, these cruises, man, like. Especially P&O, this is the people who went through. You get onto the ship, and then at the whole front of the ship, basically, is a whole spa. So you can get like Swedish massages, you can get a facial, you can get like one of those razor blade, straight razor cuts, shaves, all this stuff, and it's like, I'm not going to use any of that, but people do, and it's insane. Like, on the first day of the trip, we went through and walked through all that place and everything to see what was available.
Yeah.
And, like, there was a dentist on the ship.
Yeah, it's insane how much
someone was getting
stuff
their teeth cleaned on the ship. And I sat there, I was thinking, like, what happens if it's a rough day and you're halfway through your
you just fucking stab them in the mouth.
It's like, you're sitting there, bang, bang, and then all of a sudden you turn off the till right. I just cut your fucking lip, sorry.
Yeah. Just sliced all of your gums open.
Yeah, fuck, oh well. Yeah,
look, it's insane. It's insane how much stuff they have. On some cruises, if you're like a parent and stuff and you have kids, you can literally just drop your kids off with some fucking Filipino chick, and they just take care of them for basically ever for the rest of the trip.
Had, like, there were 4, I think 3 or 4 different clubs, quote, kids clubs. There was one that was like for like 1-year-old to 3-year-olds, and you can just drop them off. One for like 3-year-olds to for like 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Then one for 8-year-olds to 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then another one for like 15 to 17-year-olds. And it's like, I didn't go into any of them once because it just really did not interest me.
Yeah.
And all the people that were hanging around, they were like kind of like,
the nerds.
No, they weren't nerds. They were like, probably the opposite. They were like dicks and all that. So I was like,
oh really? Usually it's like the ones that are like, like usually on those things it's like the people that have like really bad like social anxiety and stuff that end up there because their parents are just like, well, he's not going to be able to talk to anyone, he's not going to be able to do anything, let's just fucking toss him here so we don't have to deal with him, and let's go have some fun.
Yeah. No, none of that haven't really happened. Because I was looking at all the people there, and it just doesn't seem like my type,
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically on the cruise as well, like they have this thing called the Edge experience,
All
and it's
right.
not like it's not the Eureka Sky Tower Edge thing, but
Yeah.
it's basically like $120 per person or something like that, and you get they give you a bunch of activities you can do, and you have to book them in the day before,
Yeah.
and you can do things like rock climbing, or you can even do laser skirmish on the cruise, or
Jesus.
segways, or flying fox across the pool area.
Did you
It
hear
was
about? Like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, did you hear about the new one? Like, there's a new cruise that's now offering. They have like a little shed thing built in where you can do fucking go karting.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. Damn.
Yeah.
There's probably the one like one of the Pacific Princess cruises or something like that. They
Oh,
they
yeah.
got all the big
Yeah.
ships.
Yeah.
So how it works is there's a company P&O. What they do is there's another company that is based in America, Princess Cruises, and they
Mm.
also got something down in Australia too.
Yeah.
But they get all the Princess Cruises company builds all the big ships and use them for like 10 years, and then after they're done, P&O just buys it off them for like
For like
really
basic.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's basically like nearly a tenth of what it's actually worth by the time
yeah.
that it's all said and done.
But the idea is they've actually earned all that money back, so
Oh
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
they don't care. But this June, P&O are getting another, I don't know, cruise ship. And this thing has got fucking slides and shit, and like thousands of bloody pools. I'm just like looking, it's like Jesus Christ, man, how much money do these guys have?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look like a profitable business. Like, just looking at it, but it just is, and I can't figure it out how it's so. I mean, probably the spa, because they bloody charge you $140 if you want a small massage.
Oh god. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was probably thinking that's probably like their main moneymaker, but because in the food, it's like you gotta lose money on food, I reckon.
Oh yeah. You always heaps. But by the time it's all said and done, if you're doing like a 2-week cruise, and it's, if you're going with a family, you would easily spend a couple of grand just on food.
Oh, we didn't spend money on food; it came included.
Oh no,
So
I'm
they-
saying on some of
yeah.
these bigger cruises, it's not included.
Oh,
And
yeah.
by the time it's all said and done, when you go on these cruises, you've spent a couple of grand at least on food.
So how it worked on our cruise is basically there's two places that are free to eat. There's one place called the pantry, which is basically a buffet, except instead of you getting your food, the food you want, you say to the workers that you say, I want this, this, and this, and they give it to you.
That's dope.
It's basically a buffet, regardless.
Yeah.
Still, it's just like you can see it and all that. Then there's the second place, the 5-star restaurant, which is open for lunch and dinner. Somehow they make money off that,
Mm.
but it's amazing how waiters are still amazing too.
Yeah.
Then there's also two places, like a Japanese/Thai sort of place that you have to pay for, and another whole steakhouse on the ship. Somehow they fit a steakhouse there too. We didn't go into that steakhouse place because it was pricey, but still amazing.
Yeah.
And then the cafe, drink tons of coffee, and
Yeah,
You know,
all that makes so much money. Like, you wouldn't think that like little cafes and everything that are on these kind of things would make that much money, because you're like, oh, who's just gonna buy a shitty cup of coffee when they can go to, this 5-star kind of place and everything. Everywhere on a cruise ship usually is just fucking packed.
I reckon they make a lot of money too off the satellite internet.
Oh
So
god, yeah.
because there's no actual reception on the boat, they have satellite internet you can buy.
Mm.
And for the unlimited pack, like whole cruise, is $99.
Yeah.
Like
You make a
12
killing
days.
on that. You have a couple of thousand people to board that. $99 a pop. You make a killing on that.
Yeah. Like even just the basic social media packs they sell, it's $10 a day,
Mm.
and it's like, people are paying $10 a day just to go on Snapchat and Facebook. It's like, just wait,
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're gonna leave this episode here, I think. I think this is a good stopping point. We've had a good discussion today.
Yeah, it's still ridiculous nonetheless, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it is. But that's the thing, as like, as long as people are willing to spend the money, they can charge whatever the fuck they want. and people will still go on these things.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to leave this episode here. To everyone on YouTube, make sure you go over to iTunes and check us out there. And everyone on iTunes, make sure you go onto YouTube and check us out on there. Until next time, I'm YouTube's Pope&JN, and this is...
Texas. Hello. Bye. Goodbye.
See ya.